I hate being an Arsenal fan. In fact, I hate football. Being an Arsenal fan is not for the weak.
Sign some players!
I hereby officially announce my retirement from supporting Arsenal Football Club. It is simply not good for my mental health because this diabolical abomination of a football team is a complete shambles. Our season is over in January. How have we managed to mess up our entire season already? We're 6 points behind Liverpool, who have a game in hand. We're basically out the Carabao Cup, and now we're out the FA Cup as well. And if anyone thinks we have a chance at the Champions League, I might have to refer you to a mental asylum because there's no chance we make it past the quarterfinals. In fact, we're so bad, we've now got guys on AFTV doing up prime Jurgen Klopp gegenpress on Robbie.
Can you defend him now? Go on, I'm overreacting. Go on. Go on. Defend him. Defend him. No. Defend him.
But this pain isn't a new thing. In 2022, I watched us completely bottle top 4. We were 4 points clear with 3 games to go, and somehow managed to finish below Tottenham in 5th. My heart was absolutely shattered. The trauma was too much to bear. I didn't think I'd ever recover. 7 years out of the Champions League, and I had to watch another year of Europa League football. But then, the next season we shocked everyone by taking the league by storm. From out of nowhere, we picked up 50 points from our first 19 games. Only 4 teams in Premier League history managed to get more than that. We were playing beautiful, phantasmagorical football. Gabriel Jesus was balling out like prime R9. Granit Xhaka had a redemption arc for the history books. Saliba came from nowhere to become the best defender in the league, while Saka and Martinelli were the world's best winger duo. No one could stop us. Other than ourselves, of course. We bottled a 2-0 lead at Anfield to draw 2-2, and then did the exact same thing away to West Ham in our next game, before letting bottom place Southampton come to the Emirates and take a 3-1 lead. We were able to salvage a draw, but we had pretty much thrown it all away, as in our next match we held 4 at the Etihad, and the league was gone. But it wasn't the end of the world. We didn't win a trophy, but our young, promising team shocked the world by going on a title charge. The future was exciting, and in our next season we put ourselves in a good position again. When Liverpool lost to Crystal Palace, we had a chance to go top of the league with 6 games to go, but instead we decided to absolutely fumble by losing 2-0 at home to Villa. What kind of preposterous nonsense is this? All whilst bottling it against the worst Bayern team I've ever seen in the Champions League quarter-finals, meaning we had yet another trophyless season. However, after back-to-back second place finishes, the expectation now was to go on and win the league. And what have we done? Bottled it against Brighton at home, conceded in the final minutes at the Etihad, lost to flipping Bournemouth, bottled it against Liverpool at home, lost away to Newcastle, let a 1-0 lead slip away to Chelsea, failed to win against Fulham, shamefully failed to win at home to Everton, and bottled it once again against Brighton, meaning we're now 6 points behind Liverpool. Now, that's not good enough, but at least we could accept it if we won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup to make up for it, taking us up to this week. First, we faced Newcastle at home in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, a game we should win given that Newcastle only managed 1 goal in their past 9 games at the Emirates. So did we win? Oh, flipping course not. This absolute cabal of bums couldn't be less clinical if they tried. But do you know who was clinical? Alexander Isak. What a flipping surprise. It turns out, when you have an actual good striker, you score goals. And then in the second half, Gordon made it 2-0, meaning we have to win 3-0 at St James's Park to make it through to the Carabao Cup final, which we all know is not going to happen, leaving us with just the FA Cup, where we lost at home to Manchester United. I've never been so embarrassed to call myself an Arsenal fan. This is the lowest of the low. What kind of deplorable, egregious, scandalous result is this? For the last 20 years, the only good thing we've done is win the FA Cup, but we can't even do well in that anymore. Since winning the FA Cup in 2020, we've been knocked out every single season in January. In 2021, we lost to Southampton. In 2022, we were knocked out by Nottingham Forest. In 2023, an Ake goal saw us lose at the Etihad. Last year, Liverpool beat us at the Emirates, and now we've gone out in the 3rd round again, and this might be the worst of them all. And don't get me started on this flipping white kit. I understand it's for a good cause, trying to tackle knife crime and all that, but how about tackling Garnacho before he gets the chance to assist Fernandes? And at this point, we may as well sign the gang members we're campaigning against, because I guarantee you that they are more lethal than the bozos we have up front right now. Gabriel Martinelli is a literal dog on the football pitch. I don't know who let this Peruvian mutt off his leash, but this guy dribbles as if his chromosomes have been microwaved. Everyone was saying Gabriel Jesus was back after he scored 5 goals in 2 games against Crystal Palace a few weeks ago, but now he's gone and injured himself for the rest of the season. Leandro Trossard is genuinely just diabolical. He fooled me into thinking he was good last season, but this season I don't even know where to start. He cost us games against Man City, Bournemouth and Chelsea, and couldn't even put this flipping chance in the net. Raheem Sterling is about as useful as a cheerleader in a war zone. His arse is nice to look at the sideline, and that's about it. And don't get me started on Kai Havertz. What nefarious level of ineptitude must be required to be this flipping bad? This miss is simply bizarre. There's no other words for it. Genuinely, if someone offered me 5 million for Havertz, I would renegotiate for 4 million just to make sure the deal gets over the line. This has to be one of the most catastrophic penalties I've ever seen. And no word of a lie, I might have to start a petition for this guy to get publicly flogged at the Emirates before our next game. I watched Joshua Zirkzee, the man who did this, floor Saliba, whilst Havertz looks like a disabled parasitic donkey on the ball. This man was booed by his own fans a week ago, and now he's scoring the winning penalty at the Emirates. And oh my days, David Raya, when I find you, this guy was diving like he was on negative ping. It was like being in the UK and playing on Australian servers. Why on earth are you diving so early? Is he actually just stupid? He basically gave every player an open goal. But if it's not embarrassing enough as it is to lose at home to Manchester United, we literally had the referee on our side, and we still lost. This guy couldn't make it more obvious that he's an Arsenal fan, because this has been the most blatant dive of all time, and we still got a penalty. But of course we couldn't score it. Why is Gabriel the only player that can flip and score for us? We have 8 expected goals in our last 2 games, and we've scored 1. Manchester United even had a red card, and we still couldn't win. What kind of unserious soup of imbecility has Arteta cooked up, man? I saw people saying it was 12v10 after the game, because the referee was on Arsenal's side. But that's just not true, man. It was 11v11, because Kai Havertz decided to join Manchester United as their new star defender, because there's no way this isn't a clearance. I've genuinely just had enough. Can we just take a minute to be 100% serious? Kai Havertz is on £280,000 a week. Maybe you think I've been harsh on him, but that's 280,000 Great British pounds every 7 days. I'm sorry, but I would expect an unpaid worker to be able to score this. There are people literally living on the streets homeless with no money to their name, and this guy's getting paid more in a week than the average person earns in 9 years of work. There are people across the world without clean water to drink or food to eat, yet this man is paid £40,000 a day to do this. This is genuinely inexcusable. I miss Aubameyang and Alexis Sanchez, man. Bro, how many times have I seen Arsenal fans without Haaland saying, "Stay humble, eh?" As if we're top of the flipping league. As if we're the team winning things. Do we think we're Liverpool? Maybe we do need to stay humble, because the last time I checked, Manchester City have won double the amount of league titles in the last 7 years as we have in the last 33. We have 3 to their 6. Maybe we deserve this because we have the most stupid fans known to mankind. Because how do you see this Kai Havertz performance and proceed to give him praise? And why do 140,000 people follow this delirious bozo? But then, Liverpool drew with Nottingham Forest, giving us the chance to close the gap behind them to 4 points. Against Villa at home, we took a 2-0 lead as Martinelli and Havertz finally did something good for once. But then we completely collapsed. First, Mourinho scored this own goal, and then we let Watkins score again at the Emirates to make it 2-2, meaning we bottled it again. But then in the dying minutes, Mourinho put us 3-2 ahead, just for it to be ruled out. I could not believe it, man. So if Liverpool win their game in hand, we are 9 points behind them. Honestly, I'm fed up with this team, I'm fed up with this club, and I'm fed up of us not winning anything. How could we claim to be a big club when we haven't won the league for over 20 years? And we've never, ever, in 138 years of history, won the Champions League. What do we even do at this point? This was supposed to be the year. Manchester City have completely fallen off, and I do not care. Liverpool are not that good, and we have no excuse to not be above them. Slot has come in and has them top of the Premier League and the Champions League, yet Phase 8 Trust the Process Mikel Arteta has 0 trophies in the last 5 years. Without Bukayo Saka, this team is absolutely nothing. I'd literally do anything right now just to see him limp again, because watching these frauds have me perpetually limp right now. With him not in the team, I have absolutely no incentive to watch Arsenal Football Club. I'm done, man. And I need you. And I miss you. And now I wonder if I woke up in paradise, would I still crave Sam Allardyce? 'Cause you know I've had simply enough of Mikel Arteta's terrorism.